Hello, tenors, baritenors, and baritones. My name is Jeff Rolka. Thank you for checking out my video. This is the next installment in my series on agility. I'm going to introduce four exercises that we're going to be using throughout the rest of the series. I'm going to play them a lot slower in this video so that you can get accustomed to them. Later on, we're going to go a lot faster. I'm going to change the vowels. We're going to go through different ranges of our voice, and you'll see how it all unfolds. But for right now, we're going to keep it easy. Keep it slower, not slow, but slower, and get really comfortable with these patterns. Aside from that, I'm not going to really talk very much. I'll tell you what the patterns are particularly good for as we get into this, just to kind of side note it. But other than that, I'm not going to really talk to you terribly much. So thank you if you've chosen to subscribe. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters. And those of you who have become members on YouTube, thank you for your membership and support. I truly appreciate it. The next exercise is one of my favorite. I don't think I've done it more than a handful of times amongst the 1,500 videos here on YouTube, if you can believe that. It sounds like this. There's a short little sip of air at the end of each short phrase. So it sounds like this. Nice and easy. I'm going to keep it slow. We're going to start down here. The next exercise, it's thirds. So the intervals are primarily a third in the riff that we'll be singing. And this is an excellent exercise for overall agility, for speed. I love this exercise for registration event practice. We're not going to do that today, but we will later on in the series. Again, slowly, it sounds like this. One more time. And if you want to follow along. And. next two exercises have some similarities, but they kind of serve different functions. The first one is a trill exercise between scale degrees 5 and 6. We get some flexibility from doing the trill, from executing the trill. It also helps us to stay flexible overall with the configuration of the vocal folds. That means that we can be ready for whatever comes next. This is extremely important to us. That is a lot of the reason why the next note in the phrase after some note that we've been successful at can suffer, as we haven't maintained our flexibility. It's also sustained notes or sustained pitches in disguise, that the way that we sing the trill effectively is the same way that we want to approach singing sustained pitches. In brief, try to make a small crescendo over the duration of the trill. It sounds like this. And again, you're starting here, and the next exercise has a trill at the bottom and the top, and this makes it a little bit more challenging to stay flexible at the top. So in addition to doing that, we have to try to be narrow, engaged, and focused on the bottom. Think narrow, light vowels. That will give you the best opportunity to ascend the phrase and maintain your flexibility on the trill between 5 and 6. It sounds like this. And you go. All of these are going to go a lot faster and in different areas of our voices as we make our way into the upcoming videos on this series on agility. But here is a chance to get familiar with them. So if you familiarize yourself with these patterns here in this video, then the rest of the series will go much easier for you. Thank you. Again, if you've chosen to subscribe, I truly appreciate it. A big thank you to my Patreon supporters. Thank you for your support. For those of you who have joined as members here on YouTube, thank you for that as well. Until next time, my name's Jeff. Take really good care of your voices, enjoy singing, and hopefully we'll see you again. Bye.